What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel from Complex Simplicity. I hope you're having a great weekend. Bear with me. I am oh so tired. I had to work this morning as I work on Saturdays for the next few months. And then I rushed from work to my college homecoming. Shout outs to Nyack College, all my Nyackers that were there, the alumni. I love going every year, especially now that I don't live far. I live in close proximity to my school, and it's just so good to check in. And it's always the same familiar faces of those who I used to rock hard with during my time at Nyack. And it's cool to kind of always know that every October, if we don't talk or see each other at any point throughout the year, 9 out of 10 times we're going to see each other in October at the Nyack College homecoming. And it was great. Shout outs to JR and his beautiful family. Shout outs to Charles and his beautiful family, Flo. And shout outs to Danielle. She came with her beautiful daughter. Her niece was there, her mom. So it was just so great being able to catch up with everyone, even if it was a brief catch up, but just to lay eyes on each other and be in the flesh in reality in real time, and really connecting and seeing how one another is doing. I am so over how social media has this false sense of reality a lot of times where it makes us feel like we're very much so in the know when it comes to each other's lives when we're really not. We know what we are sharing and putting out there about our lives. Some of us, as I always say, are creating lives that don't even really exist. And so it could be so easy to get caught up in the matrix of social media, thinking like, oh yeah, I know, I feel like I'm watching your kid grow up, or I feel like I know what's going on with you. We all share certain parts of our lives on social media, not the whole full shebang. And so I think that it's more meaningful to have connectivity that's either voice to voice, face to face. And it felt so good to be able to have a brief moment of that with the few people that I mentioned. To my Nyackers, if any of you, whether we talk or we don't, happen to stumble upon my website and be watching this vlog, please be encouraged to come out to the homecomings. I think that I'm tired. I'm tripping over my words. Let's bring it on down, Chanel. I think that Nyack has served as a very memorable, magical, and when I say magical, I don't mean the fantasy world of it all and sorcery and all that craziness. But when I say magical, meaning it had that kind of special place in a lot of our hearts, right? It was a safe haven for a lot of us for different reasons. And it was a world that we were able to be a part of with those who and others who have been different and who are different from us, as well as being around people who shared some of your same passions when it came to artistic expression or spirituality. And I think that that's the unique component that we had, for those of us that went to school around the same time, of an experience that most wouldn't get at any normal college, right? We were a Christian college, so there's certain things, they're more liberal now, but when in my time of going, things weren't that liberal. And so it forced us to be creative and to connect on a deeper level with one another when you don't have all the hoopla of parties and drinking and all that stuff. Granted, a lot of us were still engaging in certain things outside of campus, but the day-to-day of living on campus, it was a different life and experience than most who went away to college. But I still feel like our experience was dope and unique in its own way. And like I said, it forced us to really, I think, dig deeper with one another, or as much as we could at that phase of our lives. And so my encouragement to all the alumni, if you can stop on by every year to check in, I think that that is great. It felt good to breathe in the air of Nyack, right? It felt good to view the campus, to be in the gym, to be like, wow, just have a moment of stillness and nostalgia and remember, wow, I remember my time here. It were good times here, might have had our challenges and struggles, but ultimately for me, great college experience. And a part of me, if I'm being honest, is disappointed that it's only a small group of us when it comes to people of color that actually go. And I get it. Not everybody can get up to where the campus is, or, people have lives, but we ain't that booked, y'all. I'm sorry. We are not that booked to capacity where this is something that well in advance is coming, most of us, or you hear the buzz about it at least weeks before. And so arrangements can be made to kind of go to where it all started. I think it's dope when you're able to bring your kids, your spouse, and share that experience and moment with them, But that's just me. And it got me to thinking, because the wheels are always turning in this pretty little brain of mine. Because I feel like us people of color, particularly women, struggle with this as well. Why is it so hard, ladies, for us to come together? And when I say us, I'm even more so talking about us that consider each other to be friends and family. Why is it so hard for us to come together once every 30 to 60 to 90 days? Pick one. If we can't meet every month, let's try to meet every 2 months. If that can't happen, let's at least try to meet quarterly. It's almost like pulling teeth trying to bring everyone together for something simple like going to brunch or taking a dance class or, I don't know, coming over my house. I'm a huge entertainer. I have a love of entertaining. My husband and I do. And I'm that kind of woman, girl, friend, chick that's like, yo, I get it, because I used to struggle when I lived on my own, having to support myself and keep a roof over my head, pay some bills to the best of my ability. I was the queen of robbing Peter to pay Paul, and probably still am to some extent, if I'm being honest. And so I get that money doesn't grow on trees, and that sometimes scrounging up $20 could be a very difficult thing if you're being invited to a dinner or somewhere. So I always keep that in mind, and I'm like, listen, my husband and I were blessed with a nice home. We have a lot of space here. We entertain all the time. Come through. You ain't got no money? Don't worry about it, because we're going to feed you. You're going to have something to drink. There's plenty of drinks here, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. You're good. You know what I'm saying? If you need to spend the night, you can spend the night. That's not a problem. I get that I live more up north and everybody's more within the boroughs in the tri-state area, but come on, I'm that girl that's like, yo, I'll meet y'all in the Bronx. If y'all could get to, Harlem or the Bronx, I'll meet you there, and then we'll drive to my house. You can stay the night. My husband's working tonight because, I live for grown-up sleepovers, right? My husband works a job. He's a fireman, as I said. There are nights where he's at work, like tonight. My husband's at work. So guess what? Full house to myself. Could have had a couple of girlfriends over here. We could have been watching Sex and the City, drinking some wine, whatever. There's plenty of stuff here, eating. Whether I'm cooking the food or buying it, you're going to eat. Don't worry. I'll meet you, meet you in the city. We meet up, come up here. I'll drop you right back where I met you initially. And all you would really need is your car fare to get from wherever we're meeting and dropping off to where you live. I'm that chick. Because I get it, and to me, we don't have to spend money to have fun. You can come and chill in my house and rock out and have great conversation over cocktails and food and just chill, and then knock out and go to sleep, and then get up tomorrow and you be right on your merry way. I'll help you get back over the bridge and you're good. But for some reason, I don't know, it just doesn't work. And I pose this a lot to my single girlfriends who don't have children or spouses. I don't expect from my girlfriends who are married with children to spend the night at my house, right? And so for the single ones, and the husband's working, putting in a lot of hours, not around, come through. You know what I'm saying? We can spend time. We can connect. We can bug out. But a lot of times I'm hit with the, sorry girl, I can't make it. Got this going on. And I get it. I'm not going to say that because you're single and you don't have children, you don't have a life, and that you're just waiting around and ready and available. I get it. We all have lives. I have one too. Yes. However, for 80% of the time, it's always be like, oh, sorry, can't make it, with my single friends, with my married friends, with my single friends who are parents. I don't get it. I feel like we make time and create time for what we want to make and create time for, or who we want to make and create time for. That's just how I see it. I'm busy. I get it. I'm a wife. That's a full-time job. I also work full-time. that's a job in itself. And then I'm always blogging and vlogging and trying to get my entrepreneurship on, which is another job within itself. And then all the other many things that I have to do in between that to keep a household tidy, and, you know, cooking, and spending time with the hubby, and spending time with my family, and still being connected. Like, it's a lot. I get it. But guess what? Your girl's gonna make time for the people she cares about. Don't worry, we will work it out. And this is why I say, I love y'all, but we ain't that booked. We are not booked to capacity where we cannot spare 2 to 3 hours every 90 days or every 60 days. Like, I don't get it. And as I always say on this website, life is way too short, okay? I don't want it to be where you lose all this time with the people that you want to be connected to, the people who you call family and friends, and the next time you see them is when you're viewing them in a coffin. Like, I'm not about that, and I don't like that. It always bothers my soul when I experience that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how long we have on this earth, so let's try to stay connected with the people we feel it's worth being in healthy friendships, family ships with, you know? That goes hand in hand with support. That's another big time topic I always talk about, because I'm that girl and I'm gonna ride out with you. I'm gonna support you, even if that means I gotta get in my car and drive hours. That's the type of person that I am. And I know that everybody's different and everybody doesn't think and move like I do. But if I can just help spread awareness and just my perspective on, y'all, we just got to do better all in all. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking about that with my boy that I met at college today, that I met at college years ago, that I saw today at our homecoming. You know, like, for the people that we might have had conflict with, we might not have been able to see eye to eye or move forward. I get it. You're not going to stay connected, right? But for the people that there was no beef in the streets, there was no drama, there was no conflict, like, let's make an effort if you feel like you want this person to still be around in your life. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I recognize in my mid-30s, I still need my girlfriends. I still need to have connection to my family. You know, there has to be balance. There has to be balance. You know, so let's try to keep things balanced and make the effort. It calls for effort and oomph on both parts, right? To keep the connection going, to check in with one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do better, folks, you know, and I'm part of the conversation too. I can always get even better with staying connected with people. I pride myself in trying to come up with out the box things for me to do with my girls. And, you know, there's a dance class from my girl, Monica Wilson of Exoticy. I did a vlog about her maybe a week ago. 2 weeks ago, you know, there's a class coming up in New York City. I put the blast out, gave everybody a month's notice. We'll see if we're able to make this happen early November. But, you know, we can be doing some cool things, ladies. You know who you are. We can set aside the time, all right? And set aside our little coins. I get it. Times are hard. Money don't grow on trees out here. I get it, you know. But I think that we can find inexpensive things to do. We don't even have to spend money to connect with one another. Y'all are always welcome in my home. I say that all the time, you know. And for me, when I see that it's a continual pattern, it makes me think, is there something else there? You know, what is the reason why us women of color can never really come together on a consistent basis every 60 to 90 days to say, hey, let's catch up with one another. How you hanging in there, girl? How you doing? How's this venture going? Love, everything in the love department going good? Like, we should be able to do that. To me, like, over cocktails, at one another's houses, at a dance class that I'm trying to do, at brunch, like, whatever you want to do, movie night, like, we should be able to figure it out. Every 90 days, 60 days, like, let's try to figure it out. I don't know. Maybe you out there can help give me some answers as to what some barriers and roadblocks are in this area, why it's so hard. You know, when I do go out to dinners, whether I'm with my husband, my family, or girlfriend. I feel like when I look to the left and the right and scan the room, very few women of color as a group of friends spending time. I'll see white women together, having a ball, Hispanic women. Us black women, where we at though? I know I did a vlog on this months ago, but where we at? You know, we got to do better. I don't know, hopefully this is encouraging to someone out there. Continue to head to complexsimplicity.com. Let's stay connected with one another. Be encouraged, and until next time.